and welcome to TXDZNY. On today's show, I'm going to be talking about what's coming new to Walt Disney World in throughout 2026. Breaking it down park by park and telling you what's going to be new all for the year of 2026. So I'm going to start with Magic Kingdom, and we're going to start with one of my favorite rides at Magic Kingdom in Big Thunder Mountain. Big Thunder Mountain will reopen in the spring of 2026. It's going to have new enhancements to the cavern areas, the pools, and all the little enhancements that are just going to make it a little bit more modern throughout the ride. The ride track and everything is going to be the exact same, but there's going to be some new enhancements there just to kind of catch it up. If you've ever been to Disneyland's Big Thunder Mountain, they have a few more enhancements than the one at Walt Disney World. So I think it's going to be trending a little bit more towards a Disneyland type Big Thunder Mountain. So this is exciting to add another big ticketed ride reopening in spring of 2026 at Magic Kingdom. Next, I'll be talking about one of my kids' favorites, and that's Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. This is going to be reopening in early spring as well, and the enhancements here are going to be mostly on the ride vehicle, where if you've been on it in the past, the ride vehicle wasn't the best, where you had to rotate the vehicle and the guns didn't move that much. For this, it's going to be where they're more handheld and you get to do things. It's going to be more interactive when you hit a target. They're going to have a new scene and everything like that. So it's going to be a big time upgrade to what the old one was. They will be adding a new scene to this ride as well. And it's going to be a robot type character. And as of right now, we know as his name is going to be Buddy. So this is going to be a new scene that they're going to be adding as well. So the ride, while it's still going to be in the same spot, look very much the same, the vehicles and the actual what you'll see during the ride are going to be really enhanced. Now for one of the classic rides at Magic Kingdom is the Carousel of Progress is going to be adding Walt Disney himself, an animatronic of him to that ride. This has been done to the Disneyland show out there, but for Carousel of Progress, this is going to be added. A little known fact about the Carousel of Progress is before Walt Disney passed, this was one of the rides that he said that he never ever really wants to be taken out of any of the Disney parks. It was kind of like back when Disney World was opening and getting ready to open. This was considered like a very modern ride. So he, I think just Imagineers and all that know that. So to add him to this ride, which was one of his wishes for it to never be taken away, is I think a great idea. The details of when he'll be added aren't fully known. We just know that it will be in 2026. I imagine they can do it rather quickly. I don't know if it's going to be him in the opening scene and ending scene. I imagine it being an opening scene or an ending scene, but it's going to be Walt himself talking about probably Disney World opening and something like that to kick off the whole entire Carousel of Progress ride. And while not opening up in 2026, we do know about the new land still, Villains Land and Piston Peak coming to Magic Kingdom. The Villains Land will be beyond Big Thunder Mountain and is going to be a really whole almost world back there. I wouldn't consider it, the best way I could probably explain it, the way it kind of looks, is it's probably going to be about the size of like a Star Wars land or something like that, or Toy Story land. So pretty nice size. And we know that Maleficent's castle looks to be one of the big things there, and it's going to have at least two really good rides back there, probably along with probably some good character meet and greets with the villains, and I'm sure some dining option or two back there as well. So that's really exciting. These lands are expected to open up sometime in 2028. Disney said before 2029, so it's kind of vague, but these lands are already under construction. So I imagine that it for sure will be in 2028. Not sure exactly when it'd be in 2028, but they are already on its way. And Piston Peak, if you guys have been to Magic Kingdom anytime soon, you know that Tom Sawyer Island and Rivers of America has already been under construction and removed, and they've already started on this Piston Peak area right there in like Frontierland. So this is going to expect it to be one or two good rides there as well. It's not going to be just like the Cars land that's out in Disneyland, but it is going to be a Cars theme area over there in that Frontierland taken over for that Rivers of America area. The time frame on this as of now is expected the same as Villains Land. So you're talking 2028. So both these things are very big areas that are going to be adding a good at least 4 to maybe even 5 rides in this area to cover up that whole back area, along with Tiana's, Big Thunder Mountain, and all those rides. So it's going to be a really big expansion for these two rides, and kind of spread out Magic Kingdom a little bit more than it is now. You'll probably see a lot less traffic going through Fantasyland and Tomorrowland if once these rides open. So I'm looking forward to these new areas. It's really, really exciting. I was hoping for a fifth park, actually a Villains fifth park, but that just have Villains inside the park for a whole land is good. But I still hope and I'm hopeful that there's a fifth park opening up one day at Walt Disney World. So next we'll move to my favorite park, and that is Epcot. Epcot for 2026 doesn't have nearly as much going on, and maybe in the future, as some of the other parks. Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios are the ones getting a lot of the big changes along with Animal Kingdom. Yeah, Epcot's getting changed the least. One of the big things coming in 2026 is a brand new Soarin'. So if you've been following Disney over the years, the original Soarin' was Soarin' over California. And they still will randomly at times sometimes play this. I think last time they did it at Walt Disney World was about 2 years ago or something like that, where they ran it for like the holiday season. So they bring it back sometimes because the ride itself is the exact same, just the scenes change. But over the last several years, it's been Soarin' around the world, and that plays at both parks as well. But here in 2026, and the opening date of this is before Memorial Day, is what they say. And this will be Soaring across America. So no one knows exactly what the scenes will be in this. Maybe Statue of Liberty, Grand Canyon. These are just guesses of what we think, but it is only going to be over America. It's not going to be around the world. So it's going to be on the same exact ride as Soarin'. It's just going to be new scenes. So as I said, that ride will be opening up sometime before Memorial Day. Memorial Day is the end of May. So that ride will be opening up sometime before then. I'm sure it's whenever they're ready. If it's ready in April, maybe they do it in April, but no later than Memorial Day is the time frame we have on Soarin' across the United States opening. Another small update that will be happening in Epcot will be new animatronics, kind of just updated of Anna, Elsa, and Kristoff on the Frozen Ever After ride. This is expected to be done by the end of February. It looks like it'll probably be a very, very quick changeover. The ride's not expected to close at all. It's just going to be a quick changeover of the animatronics. So it's just going to be updating the ride a little bit more than when it first opened several years back. And these aren't exactly changes coming to Epcot in 2026, but we do have some festival dates that will be going on. We already know the dates of them. You'll have the Festival of the Arts that will run from January 16th to February 23rd. This is one of my most underrated festivals. Why I say that is, first off, it's in a down season of Disney World, where a lot of times the crowds will be quite a bit lower because it's after the Christmas break, but before spring break for pretty much schools across the United States. So you get some lower crowds then. The weather's a little bit cooler, but it's one of the better festivals where it's got beautiful artwork all throughout World Showcase and stuff like that. It's a really fun festival if you can pop down there during these winter months. And we even have dates for the Flower and Garden Festival, which this year will run from March 4th to June 1st. For me, this is the most beautiful festival of all the ones at Epcot. I happen to love Christmas, so it's hard pressed to not say that Epcot and all the parks look the best during Christmas, but that's really only runs for about 3-4 weeks. The Festival of the Holidays, where this Flower and Garden Festival really runs for almost 3 months. So you get a good amount of time to really enjoy all the topiaries around World Showcase, and even the festival booths are really, really good. I just think it's where Epcot looks the most beautiful throughout the whole entire year. So you have pretty much all of March, April, and May to visit this festival. It's pretty much almost a 3-month-long festival, like how the Food and Wine runs for a very long time as well. So this Flower and Garden Festival, we know the dates, and I think everyone should pop down and see these topiaries if they get the chance to. Now at the Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios has a lot going on for 2026 as well. I'll start with Rock and Roller Coaster. Rock and Roller Coaster featuring Aerosmith will be closing on March 2nd, meaning that March 1st will be the last day you can ride it. The re-theming of this ride is it's still going to be called Rock and Roller Coaster, just instead of it featuring Aerosmith, it's going to be featuring the Muppets. So the ride vehicles and the track are pretty much expected to be very much the same, but the theming of it is going to be changing. So I expect it to still be a roller coaster and everything like that. Just some where you're seeing those Aerosmith touches in there, it's going to be changed to Muppets. The time frame on this is expected to be a few months. What Disney says is that it's going to be opening back up as Rock and Roller Coaster featuring Muppets in the summer of 2026. So if it's closing in March, you got to figure it's going to be just maybe a 3-4 month or something like that retheming of this ride. So if you wanted to catch it with still Aerosmith, you only have a couple months to ride this. But then if you're coming in the summer, fall, and beyond, it's going to be changed over to the Muppets with the Muppets Courtyard closed now. This is, I think, Disney's way trying to keep Muppets inside Hollywood Studios. Back in Star Wars land, you're going to have Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run getting a whole new show to it. This is going to be featuring Mandalorian and Grogu, and so the ride pretty much is going to completely change. This is going to align with when the movie comes out as well, which will be May 22nd. So this is going to debut the same time that the movie is going to be opening up, and it's going to be on the same ride vehicle and everything like that, where people are going to have jobs and everything, an engineer, pilot, all this other stuff. But the actual ride, what you're going to be seeing in the screen, is going to be all Mandalorian and Grogu and stuff based, rather than what it's been since it's opened. So this is going to be all new starting on May 22nd. Next, we have the Magic of Disney Animation that will be opening up in what was the animation courtyard of Hollywood Studios. This was right past Hollywood Brown Derby, and this whole area is getting redone. They're really just kind of modernizing it. They're going to be bringing back teaching people how to animate and stuff like that in this courtyard. You're going to have a lot more character meet and greets. It used to just be Disney Junior meet and greets, but now it's going to be a tons more different characters back there. It's also going to wind up having new Disney Junior dance party type area. The whole entire thing is going to be a little bit different and probably a little bit more modernized. This whole area is going to be just kind of getting just redone. They just redid the Little Mermaid ride there, so that's expected to stay. The show there, I shouldn't say ride, is expected to stay, but you're going to see everything else back there change. So this means no more Star Wars Launch Bay. That's already closed. And this whole area, that's where the animation area is going to be. You're going to see Mickey's Sorcerer's Hat return to this area. It's not going to be nearly as big as the one that we used to have. It's more of a basic, smaller one that'll be on the top of the animation area. But it's good to see the Sorcerer's Hat return to Hollywood Studios in some capacity. But this is going to be a really good area for your kids and adults. Right there in what was the animation courtyard. It's really bringing back a lot of the Disney animation and the classic characters to kids in this little courtyard area. Now, as a lot of you know, this area did just close in September of 2025, and the opening time frame of when this whole area is going to open is expected as summer of 2026. So hopefully, sometime by the May, June, July, something like that time frame, this area will be open for especially kids to enjoy and bring back some of the animation into the Hollywood Studios park. So something that's not opening up in 2026 that I'm the most excited about at Hollywood Studios is the whole Monsters, Inc. Monstropolis area coming to what was the Muppets Courtyard. This has already started under construction as well, and with a lot of these big projects, it's still a little bit ahead of schedule. So while it's not expected to open up in 2026, it is looking like it might be even in early 2027 or spring of 2027 that you might see this Monsters, Inc. area open up. What I'm the most excited about is it's going to have one of what looks like will be one of the best rides or the most modern ride that we've seen at Disney World to date. Guardians of the Galaxy is obviously up there with Epcot, but this is going to be a suspended roller coaster that's going to be in this Monsters Inc. Area. And so it's going to be like if you've seen the movie, you know how like the doors are suspended when they're trying to collect laughs and scares and stuff like that. So you're going to be suspended pretty much like you're a door. And I'm imagine taking you through the door area, through Monstropolis and all this. So it looks like when the little bits that Disney has shown of what this ride is going to look like, it looks incredibly modern and super, super fun. And it will be a huge ride when it opens. It's expected to be as big as, your Slinky Dog and stuff like that when they all open. It's also some of the details of this area are still a little unknown. Disney hasn't fully elaborated. It does look like it's going to have a really good dining option there. If you go based on some of the movie, you know, they have, it looks like they go to a sushi restaurant. So some people are guessing maybe it'll be like a sushi type restaurant in here. And it's still unknown. It looks like there might be a second attraction in this area. It's unknown if it's going to be like a more kid friendly, no height requirement type ride, or maybe just a show. And it looks like it might be something that might have something to do with collecting laughs or something like that. But the details of this are still unknown. It is a rather large area back there where they could fit on this suspended roller coaster, a restaurant, and maybe another show or smaller, maybe trackless ride or something like that. So we'll see what the details are on this. But this one is ahead of schedule, and it is looking to maybe open up in sometime in early to mid 2027. Now to Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom has a lot going on as well, and a lot of this has already began in 2025 as well. We all know that the Dino Land area is pretty much all gone beside the ride of Dinosaur. Dinosaur itself will be officially closed on February 2nd, meaning February 1st will be the last time you'll be able to ride Dinosaur, and it'll be going under its new theming of the Indiana Jones ride, which is very much similar to the one out there in California at Disneyland. The track we all know is very, very similar. I don't know if they're going to make the ride identical to the one in Disneyland. I think Disney has teased that it's not going to be identical, but with the track being so identical, I don't see it changing that much. So expect this to be a lot like the Disneyland Indiana Jones, because they're not expected to change the whole entire track and all that. It's just going to get rethemed and everything to Indiana Jones. But if you are trying to catch Dinosaur before it closes, February 1st will be your last day to ride this ride before the whole entire Tropical Americas is overtaking all of Dino Land. Now, what my kids are the most excited about in 2026 is that at Animal Kingdom, they will be adding a meet and greet with Bluey and Bingo. My kids absolutely love Bluey. So they're going to put this in the conservation area of Animal Kingdom, which I think is great. I mean, at Animal Kingdom, there's not a lot of attractions there. So to have some meet and greets, it is one of the only parks that you can sit there and meet Mickey and Minnie together. So to be able to have Animal Kingdom as the only park where you can meet Bluey and Bingo is, I think, will draw some more kids and stuff there, even if it's just for a half day or something like that. So this is expected to open in the summer of 2026. No exact date on this one. We just know it's going to be this summer. So expect your kids and everyone to be really excited for this meet and greet. So next I'm going to circle back to the Tropical Americas area. So this is going to be, you know, it's in the what is in the made like almost arcade type area of Dino Land. So the main theming of this area is going to be Encanto, with the main attraction being an Encanto ride. A lot of the details of this Encanto ride are unknown. A lot of people I think it's going to take you throughout like Mirabel's house and through some of the scenes. Obviously with the magical house, you expect to see some of that, but we're unsure. It is expected to be a ride for all ages. So, but some have guessed that it might be like a slow moving boat ride. But my guess is that it's going to be one of those trackless rides, a lot like Mickey's Runaway Railway or Ratatouille or something like that. And it's going to kind of take you through the journey of the Encanto movie on this ride. So this is going to be one of the bigger rides coming to Animal Kingdom, which will be in 2027 sometime. Being that it's been under construction for a while, I'd hope that it'd be more in the earlier part of 2027, but that's yet to be seen. They haven't exactly released any date. We just know it's in 2027. Now, they also will be adding several dining options back here, being that it's not called just like an Encanto area, it's called Tropical Americas. So you're going to have a lot of that Central American, South American flair to it with all the shrubbery and trees, and mainly the dining back here probably being very Colombian and stuff based back here, which should make for some really good dining options. Probably a good bar or two, I'd imagine, as well. And then the ride that was the Triceratops Spin is being changed into just a slow-moving carousel. And what it's supposed to be themed like on this is it's going to have a lot of animals on it. But the animals on it are supposed to be the sidekicks from Disney movies, not just Encanto or something like that. It's just going to be in general sidekicks. So Think of maybe Pascal from Tangled, things like that. You know, maybe Thumper from Snow White. Stuff like that are going to be the theming of this carousel, but it'll be a ride for all ages back there. So you'll have the new Encanto ride, the carousel, and then a lot of Disney dining back there, as well as Indiana Jones being rethemed from Dinosaur. So we'll be bringing kind of 2 new rides back there when it's all said and done, but this will be done in 2027. So that's it for inside the parks for things that we know that are for sure confirmed for 2026. So things might pop up as the year comes on. If it's anything major, I'll come in and update and do a quick video for it. But those are the big changes to all 4 parks coming in 2026 and a little bit beyond. But I'll touch on some of the things that are just in general news about Walt Disney World coming in 2026. One of the main things is going to be the after hours events, which is a paid ticket event after Disney parks close. The after hours event is going to be returning to Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. It's only on select dates. It's not every night, and it is, like I said, a paid ticketed event. It's even less people than like a Christmas or Halloween party, but you do have little to no wait times for rides, some unique character meet and greet opportunities, and stuff like soft drinks and some like Mickey ice cream bars are included in it. So it's a great way to see the parks with no one next to no one in there and at night. And it's just if you have the money, or if you just more of a night owl, it might be something you want to look into. So starting in the summer of 2026, Disney is going to start back up the free Disney water park on your arrival day for guests booking a package with them. So this doesn't get activated to the summer, so it won't apply for, these winter and spring months. But if you are coming during the summer and beyond, it will be a free water park day for you on just your arrival day. I just did a trip not too long ago, and I had that perk, but I didn't use it. By the time my flight landed and by the time I could have got to a water park, I didn't have enough time to enjoy it. But if you have an early flight or something like that, or if you're a local and staying on property and doing a package, then it might be worth it for you. But you do have that free water park starting in the summer of 2026 on your arrival day. Something not really Disney parks related, but Banana Ball is going to be returning to the ESPN Wide World of Sports on May 29th and May 30th. This is not going to be the Savannah Bananas. It's going to be different teams playing, but that whole entire league of people are going to be coming for the 2 days of in the end of May. Now, the big thing for 2026 that I think people need to look into, obviously depends on how you guys do Disney, but there is a free dining plan for kids aged 3 through 9 for 2026 when you're booking a package. Now, the big thing that you need to know for this is that you as the adults need to have the dining plan as well. The kids just don't get it automatically, and you don't have to buy it. In order for your kids to get it free, is that the party itself has to do it. So for example, if me and my wife and my 2 kids are going for a trip in the spring this year, and we want to get use out of the free dining plan for the kids, me and my wife have to get the dining plan as well. So it still is going to save you money because you don't have to pay for them. But if you're not a dining plan family, you can't just get it for the kids. You're going to have to utilize it as well. I just did the Disney dining plan, and I'm going to do a video here soon on breaking down if I thought it was worth it. So I think it works for some families, it doesn't for others. So, but it is good to know that if you do have, like for us, we have 2 kids that fall in that age group. So it's 100% we're going to think something we got to think about for all of our 2026 trips. But it is a free dining plan for those kids for all of 2026, not just for certain seasons. It's for the whole entire year if you're doing a dining plan with the adults. I'll go spring over to Disney Springs. There's a cool little place, an interactive game place, mostly focused towards adults, called Level 99 that's opening. This isn't just unique to Disney. There are some other ones in the United States. So if you want to see what it's kind of like, you can pull it up. But it's a very interactive type, adult themed area. Think of like Disney Quest, but more adult themed from way back in the day at Downtown Disney or whatever you wanted to call it back in the day. But this will be a new area on the west side. So this is going to be near the M&M store and all that. The construction walls are already up on this. So it will open now. It's going to be a big area. or a big building. So it's going to take a little bit to the retheming, but it is going to open sometime in 2026. There's no exact date on this, but it is going to open in 2026, and it's going to be a cool little unique area for adults to even game, and even for kids, but it is more focused towards adults. But it's going to be a gaming, real interactive type big area for people to hang out in that Disney Springs area. So lastly, I want to talk about something that's going to be opening up maybe by the end of 2026, but you're looking more at 2027. That's going to be a new DVC resort, and that's going to be called Lakeshore Lodge. Lakeshore Lodge is going to be being built right where the old River Country water park used to be, over there on Bay Lake. So you're talking in that whole Fort Wilderness Lodge type area. It is going to be on the water over there. The construction's been going on. It actually was supposed to be done already, but during COVID, it kind of got stalled up a little bit. So that's why it's not opening up until either way late in 2026 or early 2027. This is going to be a very, it's going to be like a modern lodging type place. So you're thinking of that wilderness lodge vibe, but think of putting some modern touches on it. So it's going to be really, really nice. This is a DVC only resort, so much like a Riviera, where it's going to be for DVC people, but you could always rent points and stuff like that. But there is this is supposed to have a lazy river pool, and like I said, it's going to have you're going to be on Bay Lake for this, so it's going to have some good views of the water and all that throughout. I like that whole vibe of like a modern log cabin, so I can't wait to see what this place is like when it opens in either late 2026 or early 2027. So that's it for my updates for 2026 and beyond for right now. Like I said, I'll update you guys as the year goes on. Expect a lot of trips out of me for this 2026. I mentioned it on my Instagram, which is just TX Disney, but we are going back to this year. We haven't done it while the kids were young and they were free for so many years, and then we got so busy with sports, and there's so many things going on. But we have made the decision, along with my sister, brother-in-law, and their 2 kids, who we love going to Walt Disney World with, that the 8 of us are going to get annual passes this year. We're going to be purchasing them probably in April sometime, with likely our first trip being when the kids get out of school in late May. We'll activate those annual passes in late May, which means a lot of trips for the rest of 2026 from end of May on and through the early part, and even early part of spring of 2027. So we'll be able to give you lots of updates. We plan on at least going probably at least 8, 9, 10 times during this time frame. So with different ways to go to the resort, and I'll do a whole other video on how we plan on doing that in the future as well. But there will be a lot of content coming from me in all different types of resorts, types of stays, days stayed, maybe dining plan, no dining plan, stuff like that. So 2026 and 2027 should be a very, very exciting time for us on this channel. So if you like what you see on this channel, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.